When we make our gargoyles, we are going to be making them with a head and a body. I'm going to be using clay, and just like we have done before with armatures, we made our sculptures last year, I am going to use toothpicks to help hold it up. I'm also going to use markers to color my clay. You can either use clay, or if you don't have clay, you can draw a picture of your gargoyle. I'm using Model Magic, but you can use any kind of clay, or you can make your own clay. So I'm going to kind of mush my clay together to warm it up a little bit. Remember, it needs to have a head and a body. I want my gargoyle to be part eagle. Remember, it needs to be part animal. So I'm going to make its head. I'm going to save a little clay for its wings, a little bit more. Make its body kind of like an oval. I think that head's a little big, so I'm actually going to take just a little bit off. Now I'm going to stick a toothpick through the whole thing to give it structure, or an armature like a skeleton. Poked through its head a little bit, but that's okay. Now I'm going to give it a beak. I want wings on my eagle. I'm making mine so fast, but yours is going to be so much cooler than mine. So I'm going to put another toothpick on there so that the wings actually stay pointing out, and wrap my clay around my toothpick. One of my favorite things about Model Magic is that it's really malleable, which means that you can bend it and mold it a lot. All right, there's my basic form for my eagle. I'm going to twist its head just a little bit so that it looks a little bit more interesting than if it's just facing forward. I'm going to work on mine a little bit to add some details, and then I'll come back. I'm adding in some details with my toothpick. So I'm just very carefully going in and adding some details and some lines. Since Model Magic is so malleable, I have to be super duper careful with it. I'm going to keep working on it. I worked on my eagle gargoyle just a little bit more. You can see I poked some eyes. I added some more feather textures. Because this is 3D, I want to make sure that I add interesting things along the back side too, because 3D, you can see it from all sides. All right. Now I'm going to make sure that my gargoyle sculpture can stand up on its own. I might need to push some of the clay down at the bottom. You can see that I've made it down at the bottom. If you're worried that it's going to fall over, that's okay. You can dry it on its back. Okay. The very last thing you can do is to add color. So I want mine to have an orange beak. One of my favorite things about Model Magic is that you can just color right on it with markers. This is just a washable marker, a Crayola marker. Just color it so carefully. All right, I'm excited to see your gargoyles.